hockey. Obviously, 2 goals tonight. How's it feel to get back on the score sheet?
Feels good. I mean, it's been kind of frustrating, the last 20 games not being able to, put the puck in the back of the net. But, tonight I just was able to get open, and when I got those opportunities, both great plays by Horton to set me up, and when I got the opportunities, it was nice to step up and score big goals.
Follow-up, it's also been one since you wore As a follow-up, it's been 3-1 since you wore that jacket. How's it feel to wear it for a second time?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, last time I wore this jacket was, a big win for us against the Devils when I got my 30th. So, this win, regardless of the 2 goals, this win is a, huge win for our hockey club and our organization. I think it's been since, 1992 since the Bruins have made the 3rd round here. So, the last 3 years we've been looking for this 8th win in the playoffs to get into the 3rd round, and we're happy that we were able to get the job done tonight.
Luke, James Murphy, ESPN Boston.
Peter, in hindsight, how much were you affected by not having Chris Pronger in the last 3 games?
We just mentioned that in there. You notice the impact that a guy like Chara has on the other side, and when you don't have your big guy in there that plays the same style in the same way, you certainly miss him. But I've never been one to really use injuries as an excuse. We had good players in the lineup and opportunities to win some games, and we didn't.
Pete, what'd you think of Grosky today?
I thought he did a good job. I mean, he gave us an opportunity to win the game. It was 1-1 in the 3rd period, and the face-off kind of went sideways. We ended up coming up with the puck, and I don't know if it got deflected or it rolled off of a stick, but we were trying to break out. It goes right to their point man. I think it hit a couple things on the way in, and from there they seemed to get a little bit of momentum from that. But I thought I thought he played a solid game. I don't think there were a lot of opportunities either way up until that. The chances were pretty low and pretty close.
Peter, how much, I think this was game 198, how much of last season carry over to this year and all these games do you think played a fatigue factor in the team by the time you got to this point?
It's hard to say. I don't have a scale to measure that. And certainly last year, the objective is to go as far as you can, as long as you can. I don't know if there's any way to measure whether it did or didn't have a difference in how we played.
Were you happy with the effort aside from game 2? Everybody seemed to be happy with game 2. Aside from that, were you pleased with what you saw?
Well, I think, you look at tonight's game, like I said, it's 1-1 halfway through the 3rd. The chances are relatively close. I would like to have generated more offensively. I think in all the losses, we needed to generate more. We need to spend more time in the offensive zone. Defensively, even tonight, we turned some pucks over in the neutral zone, trying to get through their trap and trying to get a sustained forecheck that could generate some offense, and we weren't able to do that. That seems, in the losses, that seems to be one of the key things that factors in. I guess the other thing for me that, looking back on the series, you have an opportunity in game 1, you're in your building, and we don't play the way. Game 2, we played hard, we did the things we wanted to do, we lost in overtime, it was a tough bounce and a tough rate, but that happens in the playoffs. I really look at game 1 as an opportunity that was lost for us to get into the series. We never seemed to get into it, we didn't get a win, we didn't get into the series. In game 1, that was a blown opportunity.
Yeah, it was an actual comment that I made to the team. Why would it period or ours? Said that to reinforce and to remind me of something that they've done all year. Did you play it all year, do you think? Yeah. Well, the result was great. We played a really good third period, but you did see a little bit of the fatigue set in because we weren't getting hook speed there a few times in the part of the line. It was just a couple of mistakes that we don't always make and stuff.
Archie, how many times do you go through your empty netter bike?
Guys, man, just make sure to be safe.
Florida, back over here. How is Patrice Bergeron?
I don't know. I have no update for you guys right now, and so basically I can't give you anything more than that.
Adam Scheinman, WBRU. Coach, this is back-to-back games with the power play goal, your first 5-on-4. Do you feel like the unit's coming together? Do you feel like you have momentum?
Yeah, I think our power play, well, like I said, we scored a couple of goals, but it's been pretty good overall. I thought in the second period we had one there that we didn't do a very good job with our entries, and then consequently we didn't get much of a power play out of it. But once we got control in the offensive zone, I thought we've been doing a better job of moving the puck and then creating some scoring chances. So hopefully that's something that keeps getting better because we all know we're going to need it.
Coach, James Murphy again, ESPNBoston.com. A lot of the players have been crediting you for in the beginning of that Montreal series and then throughout the playoffs, just giving them a calming feeling. And if you just go back to what it was like in that series and how it progressed and how you thought they responded to that.
Well, good. I think it's it's important for our group to stay calm. It's important for our group to stay poised, and you got to be careful not to get them up to the point where they go out there and we end up in the penalty box all night. So it's about focus. It's about poise. It's making sure that we focus on our structure and then how we need to play. And no matter what the situation is in the game or in the series, I thought it was important for our group to not to panic. And probably the biggest challenge was in that Montreal series when we were down 2-0 going into a building that they had a lot of success in throughout the regular season, and it wasn't going to be an easy uphill climb, but we were able to get that first win, and we seemed to build some confidence from there. So I thought that our message, or the message I gave them after game 2 here, and some of the players spoke from their past experience, really helped us get through that. And right now I think we're understanding the fact that if you're calm and but you're a focused group, it's certainly going to help you win some hockey games.
Claude, Mike Petralia, WEEI.com. Z Inside talked about the fact that sticking to the defensive system was the key to the series in terms of keeping their high-powered offense at bay. Could you address just how well you guys played defensively throughout the whole series?
Well, I think that the best example they use is that game 2 in Philadelphia when we didn't respect that part of our game, and you saw how hard they came at us. And to be honest with you, we were lucky to come out of game 2 with a win. They were dominant in the third period, and obviously in a good portion of that overtime. And all of that was because we weren't respecting our game without the puck. And thought when we did a good job of it for the rest of the games, obviously took away some of their strength, which was their offense, and certainly cut down on the scoring chances. But also, I thought it also gave us some good offense because when we turned the puck over, we were really good with our transition game, and our offense kind of stood out. So it's a combination. They say good defense creates good offense, and I'm one of those believers.